Welcome back to the hellscape that is Hardcore Hotline, where we are joined by Sal Ellington, the vocalist for Rebuilder out of Boston.
Hi. Hi.
How are you, Sal?
I'm good. I didn't want to come.
We hear that a lot. Yeah, no one wants to be here. We don't know why, but it's just a vibe that we seem to be
I'm
giving off.
contractually obligated, so here
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
we also get that a lot. Yeah, the blood pact is working. So we tried to Google your band and we found almost nothing besides your Instagram. So please tell us about your band because we are just so interested.
We're a guess we're a punk band from Boston. And we just, we play music with each other and we hope that people will listen to it. For the most part, they sometimes do by accident, and then sometimes they're like, I kind of like this song. So it works.
Of course. Yeah, it works. Yeah, definitely that is a word that we would use. So, Sam, like we said, you're in Boston, and it seems like a pretty tight-knit group up there. Which bands are your friends and which ones are your foes?
I would say most of the bands most bands from here are not our friends. We don't get asked to open up for other bands, but we do our own shows and we ask other bands to play with us so that they can kind of reap the benefits. Choke Up is a band that from here that's reaped a lot of benefits from us. They're very good. I like them a lot, and I think that's the only band I like in Boston.
Okay, yeah, out of all of the many, many bands, that's the only one. But that's so nice that you allow other bands to play shows with you. I'm sure that getting on that ticket is treacherous
Well,
and
what's
not
nice
easy
is
at
that
all.
no, I mean it's pretty easy, but we found that the best way for us to make money as a band is have an opening band on the show and make them sell tickets. And if they sell enough tickets, they're allowed to play, and we give them $1 per ticket they sell.
Is your band a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
Okay. The more
we
you
call
talked
it we
about
call
it.
it an opportunity.
Of course, yes. You know, the opportunities are endless
Endless.
when you open for Rebuilder.
Rebuilder. Yes. Opportunities galore. And if you sell enough tickets, we might bring you back next time too.
Wow. Big promises being made over there. Okay. And speaking of pyramid schemes, you guys played at Fest at the end of
Yes.
October. That was an experience.
I,
Why did you play that?
well, they asked us to play, and we don't
Who?
really. I mean, Fest themselves, like Mr. Fest, like sent us an
Oh,
email.
oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Oh. So sorry, I didn't realize Mr. Fest had reached out to you
Yeah,
personally.
Mr. Fest personally reached out and said, we have all these other bands playing, but it would be nice if they had something to rest before the headlining bands.
Uh,
We
yeah,
are
it's
we're a rest band.
yeah. You know, Fest is just nonstop, all day, every day. Mostly listening to Thursday because they played, I think every set every day it was Thursday. It got very frightening.
I mean,
But
controversial opinion. I think Thursday's a rest band.
I think the people are gonna be coming for you soon. I we
Let them
I will
come.
say that we went to Emo is for Lovers in
What is that?
Pelham, Tennessee. Hawthorne Heights runs it. But it was in the middle of nowhere and there were seats and we did sit for Thursday. It was way in the back, but wow, what an experience to be seated during that, we also
in the
sat
middle of
down.
nowhere.
Yeah, we also sat down during Under Oath, which apparently we were not supposed to do.
I thought you're supposed to kneel.
I mean, I think it was. No, it was on a Saturday. I was gonna say it was on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
It's close
That's
enough.
why. Yeah,
Yeah,
missed it
they
by
made them
one.
take they made everyone take the chairs off. Now we're just talking about Under Oath right now. But they made everyone move all of the chairs, and they were like, "Get out of your chairs. We don't play seated shows." And I was like, "It is 9:30 at night. I am seated."
Like if you
And
can
then
get
I
everyone to
think
move
after
the
a while they
chairs,
felt.
that's free labor. That's free labor right there. They
we
were like,
we
well,
did a team movement. Yeah, they did feel bad because then they said, "Well, you can sit if you want." I said, "Oh, thank you. I would
yeah.
love to sit. It's been a long day
Whenever
of
I've sat and watched a show, I'm like, damn, this is fucking nice.
it is quite nice. Code 7 will be playing. We are sitting." But it was a little better than having a very large man stage dive directly onto us during Comeback Kid, but that's fine.
No one
We all
wants
have
that.
different experiences. No one wants that. Dude, do people stage dive for Rebuilder?
Almost exclusively not. Because we just don't want very large men getting on stage and jumping off, and it's kind of only large men that listen to us, and we're like, it's not going to work out. Please don't. When we've seen someone going for the stage, we're like, please don't.
Um, I like that your niche audience is very large men.
I mean, we just know our audience, and like, we didn't pick it. We just constantly looked at the crowd, and we're like, oh, they're bigger. And we were like, we have to make 2 and 3X t-shirts, and now we do. So
You make like 2 smalls per show and they don't sell out.
when we first started as a band, I made 2 extra smalls, and I still have those. If anyone would like to buy them, they're still there.
We'll put it out there. If anyone wants an extra small to go with your very teeny tiny skinny jeans, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. It's our 10 years, so it's been 10 years that we've had those shirts.
Okay, wow, vintage. So going back to so at Fest, because it's such a different area, did you still find that your audience was just large men?
I mean, I thought that that's just what that festival was just older, large men. And I was like, I thought that's why they asked us. So it's like, well, if there's a band for this audience, it's Rebuilder. And, we brought the hoodies down, we brought everything down. And, it was cool to like look out and just seeing people head bob and be like, yeah, this is cool. What I was surprised about was that it wasn't seated, because I thought the whole room would be seated, and like the band that played before us, there was no seats. I was like, oh, they must bring out the seats after, and no seats ever came out.
So people, they just had to stand.
They just had to stand, and I could see in their faces that they were like getting tired. They were getting tired, and I was like, we're gonna keep this short, guys. Don't worry,
Don't worry. I see the pain in your face. You didn't.
I could tell. Yeah,
you didn't get the icy hot.
You said them kind of like they keep touching their like Saucony shoes, and you're like, it's gonna be over soon. Don't worry. We sell icy hot at the table now.
A band for the people. Now, speaking of Fest, you guys have a show coming up soon. It will have passed by the time we put this up because we don't have a schedule. But you are going to have a little special guest star, the punk cellist.
Yes.
That's so nice. How did that happen?
For who?
Why?
Well, Punk Cellist was at Fest, and
he always is.
He's very good with the bigger, older white male crowd as well. And we're like, it would just make our set so much better if we had someone else who can appeal to that audience. And he's got that cute little instrument. And when
It's adorable.
it's adorable. And it's just like, man, if that was on stage for us for a song, how much more adorable would this be?
Oh my goodness. Just the little precious, like little chibis from Japan. That's you guys on stage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you see it come out, you see people go, "Oh, that's nice," and it's such a
Oh,
nice time to have that moment
yeah,
for
and he
everyone.
always does the thing where he's like he looks so like, "Oh gosh, guys. I can't believe that I have this opportunity." But in his mind, he's really like, play the fucking cello. Like we see behind that visage, and as Casey Iodine said at Fest, are you really a Fest band if you haven't collaborated with the punk cellist? So I guess now you
I
guys have
mean,
made it.
we've made it. We've made it. So this will be a nice moment for everyone to see a cello player on stage.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully
showed I
people.
showed a picture of us playing at Fest with punk cellists to my mom, and I was like, "Look, there's like a real instrument on stage," and she was like, she thought we were actually becoming something.
Oh,
See,
wow! It's gonna
that's
be
the
heartbreaking
reaction.
when she realizes she's wrong.
She's wrong,
So
but yeah.
yeah. Oh, don't tell mom that. She doesn't need that. She already has a son in a band. So Cylinder, you guys have a new album out, Local Support,
Yeah.
which it seems you have been for the majority of your musical career.
I wouldn't call it career. That seems too
No.
formal.
Yeah,
Hobby.
we were trying to be really nice. From what we heard on the internet, we are mean, and that is not what we're trying to go for here. We're exceptionally kind. So, how would you describe this album?
I think it's our best album because we took 4 years to put it out. If you take that long to put something out, it better be the thing that you really believe in. So, we believe in it, and I think it's good. There's like keyboards and stuff on it, and there's like horns on it, and horns are cool again. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it is a compilation of songs. It certainly is. So, what is your favorite song on this album?
Um, my favorite song is the last song on the record called "Disco Loadout," and I wrote it. It's different than some of the other songs we've written as a band. And I like the name Disco Loadout, which for those that don't know, Disco Loadout is when you play a show and let's say you're a really popular band that's not us and you like sell it out. And they tell you have to be out by like 10:30 or 11 because there's a DJ coming in. And so they kick you out
Oh.
even though you've
Uh-huh.
like sold this room out and they're coming for the merch cut and everything. They kick you out as fast as possible so they can let 10 people come in for the DJ that's going to play till 3 a.m. So that's what a disco loadout is. So that's, yeah.
And now we have learned something brand new. So this is now an
Exactly.
educational video. We can tag it as such. And what is the worst song on this album?
Disco Loadout, the last song on the record, I would say is also the worst song on the record as well.
Yeah, that one and the other ones.
The other ones are a little bit better, but when you get to the last one, that's really when you're like, well, they really
Yeah,
tried for a home run here.
Yeah, it just crescendos and you realize that you've wasted about 40 minutes of your time. I love that.
45.
That last. Yeah, I mean, if you don't skip all the songs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, 40.
Yeah. So, Cement Mixer, what can we look forward to next year from Rebuilder?
As of now, probably nothing because no one has asked us to do anything.
That's
Except for
amazing.
a cruise in February. We're going to be on the Kevin Smith cruise that leaves out of Miami. And if you want to be a part of it, you can, but I doubt anyone who listens to this show can afford to go on a cruise.
No, well, first of all, no one listens to this. Secondly, I'm sorry, a Kevin Smith cruise,
Yes.
like the director?
Yep. He has a cruise. It's his first cruise, and actors from the movies will be there, and they're gonna make like a restaurant outside that looks like movies. And because our song was in Clerks 3, they asked us to play it. Us and Soul Asylum, Louser, and like Telethon and one other person. Like there's only like 5 acts on this cruise. And we're playing the cruise after Soul Asylum. None of this is fake. This is a real thing.
Every time you add something, it sounds fake.
I know. That's why when I got the email, I didn't think it was real, and someone had to call me to explain to me what it was, and I was so confused. But then they offered us like real money, and I was like, "Oh,
Right.
we'll do this." So
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing is that most Kevin Smith fans are large men.
large white men.
Large white men, yes.
That's exactly.
Yes.
They knew. They were like, "What is the band for this?" And they were like, "Rebuilder." We've heard the
Oh
stories.
man. Yeah, yeah. How many people do you think saw Clerks 3? We saw Clerks 3. We can't remember what song you guys had in there. We remember very little of the movie.
Did you not make it to the end?
No, we did. Yeah. Oh. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, it's funny because so many things are now becoming a cruise. They're like, hey, you liked 3 days of wandering around a fairground trying to find $7 water? Why not get seasick while you do it?
Right. Exactly. Do it on a cruise. Everything's
Yeah.
becoming a cruise.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, absolutely, I will go on this cruise." Um, yeah, it costs like 10 times more than a normal cruise, and I am here
It's
for
like
it.
$2,000 to $3,000 for these
Yeah,
tickets on
it's
for a cruise. It's crazy.
yeah, isn't it? It's going from like Miami, is yours just going to like the Bahamas or something?
Yeah, it just goes to the Bahamas real quick and then like
Yeah,
comes back. It's way
yeah,
cheaper
yeah,
to just go to the Bahamas.
yeah. Yeah, I think you could stay at one at like Atlantis for like a
Yeah,
whole week with airfare for 3 grand.
right.
And that's the place on the commercials.
But
So,
now
um,
you get to just go with Kevin Smith.
yeah. Well, do you think that the people, sorry, we can't get over this cruise. Do you think that the people who are going on there have this idea that they will meet Kevin Smith and Kevin Smith will be so taken with them that they'll become best friends?
Um, that's the reason why we agreed to do it. But I also
Okay.
think that everyone on the cruise believes that too. I think we have a pretty good shot, though.
I you know, this could be your big break is the Kevin Smith cruise. Wow. The rest we're shutting down the call center. The only thing we are doing for the rest of the day is looking up this cruise. Um we can't wait.
It's gonna be amazing.
So now that we've just blew everyone's mind about the cruise, is there anything else you would like our, as we said, numerous listeners to know before we leave today?
Our Instagram is Rebuilder Boston. If you care to like follow our Instagram, a
Probably
billionaire's
not.
platform. But if you want an even more entertaining Instagram, my own is Sal Ellington on Instagram, and you'll probably learn a lot more there than you would on this show.
Wow. Yeah, more than likely. We don't delve deep. So thank you again to Sal Ellington from Rebuilder, and you can find their new album Local Support on Iodine Records. You can listen to it on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. They said it's 45 minutes, but I bet you can listen to it in shorter than that. And don't forget to catch them live and in person when they decide to play near you or on the Kevin Smith cruise.
Yeah, and then
And
we do have a show. We do have a show, our 10-year anniversary. I forgot all about this show. I don't know why, but on December 30th, at Deep Cuts in Medford, we're celebrating our 10 years as a band. So that's something that will be not happened yet when this episode comes out.
There we go. They're playing a show. They're going to be on the Kevin Smith cruise. So many things going on for the Bob the Rebuilders. So thank you again for joining us today, and we will see you next time.